I really hope this video is focused because I have tried filming this video once already before. So I'm sorry if my second attempt at this sucks. So if you're seeing this, congratulations, because that means I finally had the confidence to post this video. I've been trying to start YouTube for a really long time, and I've never had the confidence to post a video. So congratulations if you're seeing this. That means I had confidence to post this video. Okay, so I thought it'd be somewhat entertaining if I decided to tell my most embarrassing stories to the internet for my first video, because I'm not going to be fake and I'm just going to try and be real with videos. I have several embarrassing stories. Let's be honest, my whole life has been embarrassing as a whole, but there are a few stories that kind of stick out. I mean, I still got a long way to go, so by the end, when I'm like 100, I'll have like, I don't know, like 2 million embarrassing stories, so that's kind of cool. So it's like little souvenirs from your life. Okay, so let's just start out with story number 1, because I hate when YouTubers do long intros, and this is what I'm doing right now. Okay, I'm sorry. So when I was like, I think I was around 4, I went to an art summer camp for a few weeks, and it was like a day camp, and so we would draw, we do all these different projects for art, and it was really cool. So on the last day of the camp, the parents could come and see like what your children had done throughout the camp, like they're all nicely displayed and stuff like that, okay? So I think my mom came, my dad was working, but my mom came, and I was so excited. I look like a 60-year-old bald man whose only worries are whether he wants to play golf tomorrow or see his grandkids. To show her my art. You know, it may have looked like a few squiggles to you, but it was like a fucking tiger to me. She was just looking at all of the art. The truth is, I sucked at drawing, and I still do to this day. So I tested out my drawing skills to see if they've improved, and in fact, they have not since the day I was born. But I was eating goldfish, and I just thought, why not attempt to draw goldfish? But she was looking at all the other kids' art, and she noticed how much better everyone else's art was than mine. Like, significantly better. So this led to my parents believing that there was something wrong with me, that I had a learning disability, and they were soon to seek professional help. And I don't know how I redeemed myself. I really haven't redeemed myself now that I think about it, because they didn't seek professional help. For the second story. So I worked at a ski resort last winter where I was a junior ski instructor, and that means that I was called junior because I was under 18, but I worked alongside an instructor that was over 18, and we taught kids like how to ski. Wow, Kelly, you taught kids how to ski? I really had no idea. It's not like that's the title of your job or anything. So little kids. So it would vary on their ages, but like really young. I think the oldest kid I taught was 7, I think, and then the youngest was 4. So this happened the last day of my job. I'm not sure if any of you have tried putting on ski boots or taking them off, but they are torture devices invented by the devil. They are awful. If you don't know and you haven't tried putting on ski boots, don't. But when you get them off, it's like the most incredible feeling in the world. If you can get on ski boots in less than 2 minutes, you should be in the Guinness Book of World Records, because that is a true talent right there. I had a lunch break at 12. That's for an hour, I think. I went to one of the cafes at the ski resort, and I got a discount on the food. And I know I was spending the money that I had just spent working that day, but I was really hungry and I wanted a really good meal, like not a sack lunch that I would have packed. After I had finished my food, and you have like all your dishes on this tray and stuff, and you put it on top of the trash can. And as I was taking my tray over, I was walking and I tripped over my own foot. That's embarrassing as it is, but as I was falling forward, I shouted, "Fuck!" This is about the worst representation I could have done of that moment. But I wasn't home alone when I recorded this, so that's why I was kind of quiet when I said it, but it looks like I'm praying, so. And then as I landed, I shouted, "Shit!" Again, another awful recreation of that moment. It looks like I am literally about to give Jesus the biggest hug in the world. The place was packed with people. There were parents of the kids that I taught in that restaurant. So everyone's like, "Are you okay?" There were like 4-year-old kids there too. Keep in mind, there were a bunch of kids, not just adults. And everyone's like, "Are you okay?" And I wasn't. I was not. It actually hurt really, really bad. But my face turned bright red. I get my tray. I think one of the plates dropped from the tray, but everything was still on the tray, and the plate didn't break either. So that was miraculous. That made no sense. I ran, put the tray in the trash can, ran straight out of the room. Thank God it was the last day, because I think you know why. This story is probably the most embarrassing story that has happened as of yet in my 16 years on this earth. So right now, I'm an exchange student in France, and I'm here for a year. I've been here for about 2 months. So a week before I went to actually meet my host family, I went to this language camp in Paris, which didn't help me at all with my French, by the way. But I went to this language camp and we did like sightseeing and like did classes in French and that kind of stuff. So to help prepare us for when we actually got to our host families. I am not sure if any of you are aware, unless you're French or unless you're just genius. I don't know. But I'm kind of stupid, so I didn't know this. But in France, they do this thing where it's like... So this is what I was talking about, but it's still kind of hard to explain, so I'm sorry. Instead of like hugs, like they don't do hugs. Unless you're like super, super close, like what I'm told. I don't know. I still don't really know. And they also shake hands. I forgot to say that. French people, please don't come for me in the comments. But everyone always greets like this kiss thing, okay? So, the chaperones at this language camp told us about that. And they're like, "We're going to teach you how to do it." So, they said, basically everyone goes to the left first when you're doing it. And just like some regions go to the right. I thought it was, you go to the left first. So, I actually just went to the right on your screen. So, I don't know what I was talking about when I said go to the left first. And then we practiced on the chaperones, and that was really awkward. On the day that I left to meet my host family, I was on the train, and it was a few hours from Paris, and my host family was gonna pick me up at the train station, and I was almost crying. I was so nervous to meet my host family. Like, you've got to make a good impression on them. You're gonna be living with them, you're gonna be eating their food, like it's being an exchange student is a whole awkward situation. Like, you're living in their house. Like, it's just, I don't know, it's kind of awkward if you think about it, but whatever. I have this huge suitcase that's so difficult to get off this train because the train has really narrow aisles. So, I don't know about you, but I've never been on a train where the aisles have looked like what my hand is looking like right now. And then another like smaller suitcase. But the big suitcase is huge and it weighed exactly 50 pounds. I get to the stop where I'm supposed to get off and I'm trying to pull this luggage on top of the train station platform. And it's like a little like step up kind of. This does not resemble a train station platform in any way possible. And I'm like struggling. I looked like an idiot already. And then a hand reaches out and helps pull up the giant, huge 50-pound suitcase. And I was like, "God, is that you?" But I turned around and it was my host family that was there. So my host dad grabbed the luggage and brought it up. And then after that, he just stood there. And so did my host mom. And so did my host sister. So they just stood there. I was like, "Oh my God, it's my time. It's time to do the..." So I start with my dad, and I go. I'm going to the right in this. I'm not going to the left. I go to the left first. And in the corner of my eye, I see he's like smiling a little bit. And then I get to my host's mom and I do. And she's like, she let out a little snicker. And I was like, oh, okay. She's probably just like excited to see me. Said no one ever, but okay. And then I get to my host sister and I do. And she's like laughing. I was like, it's actually the opposite. Everyone goes to the right, don't they? I then looked it up later that day, and indeed, most people go to the right when doing the kiss thing. So I completely went the wrong way, and that is the first impression I made on my family that I will be living with for an entire year. So, yay. I'm sorry if this video sucked, and I'm sorry if it was boring or anything like that. I think I said, I'm sorry if this video sucked, like 2 times already, so it probably does. Make sure to not subscribe, leave a dislike, and comment all the hate comments you can think of down below. Top of those hate comments, if you want, you can maybe make another suggestion for me to make another video about whatever you want. And thank you for wasting your time watching this subpar video. And I hope you have a wonderful day, or night if you're watching this at night. And good luck.